What's up guys, it's Drac and I have an exciting Nerf mod to kind of review and kind of showcase for you today. So if you've caught a Twitch stream in the last 2 months, I am in love with Apex Legends, but I'm not very good about it. You know what makes you better at shooter games that you're not particularly good at? Shotguns. Boom, 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 boom. So anyway, guys, this is the Peacekeeper from Apex Legends in Nerfy form, and it comes to us from Anchor Arts, or Anchor Arts Online. He's a prop maker, he's a traditional media artist, and he's a cosplayer. And this is his take on the Peacekeeper, and it's pretty slick. So let's talk about the obvious. So this is a sling fire. If you don't recognize the sling fire, it's a zombie strike blaster from the Pastor. And while you can clearly see that it's a sling fire, it's easier with the magazine in. It's been very, very cleverly disguised by a lot of different aesthetic adornments. So first off, we've got kind of the targeting reticle, those iron sights up here. This has clearly been done in some sort of a craft foam style material with washers and dry brushing to really disguise that. So we've got the ridge up top as well as the iron sight there, which gives you a very, very chunky profile. And then we've got the most important part of the Peacekeeper, which is of course the sling prime, and that's been done up with dry brushing enamel as well as a little leather wrap here to give it that very post-apocalyptic feel that Apex has. Apex is a really rich environment. Like, come on guys, sponsor my streams. I really like playing Apex. I think it's great. I'm not a very good builder in Fortnite, so it's just everything that I wanted. I like being self-deprecating. I'm quite good at Apex, particularly on consoles because I play on PC all the time when I'm streaming. So what else has been done to this? Well, we've got a litany of different cool things here going on. This is like some sort of conduit piping. It almost looks like a drain from a house. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Comes off the roof, lets that runoff water down. Again, with craft foaming on the back here, and that completely changes the front profile of this. It makes it a little bit heavy, but that just makes it easier to do sweet, sweet tricks as you're firing through your magazine. Everything from button cell batteries here to replicate the charging on it, and again, washers in the back to give it that metallic feel. Very game accurate paint job in terms of the original skin. I like to use the Lone Star skin on mine in the game, and then we've got super cool down here. This is actually real leather for the cheek rest, so you can choke up on it like that. I think that that is also quite nice, and then just all the little craft foam adornments make it very, very nice. But what's cool about this is that I'm a big believer in functional props, and this delivers the hits. So I've done a ton of functional props for Destiny, etc., and so forth. And I mean, I've done some Fortnite ones. I actually have a couple of Apex Legends props in the works right now, but this one is super duper cool because it performs just like a sling fire. Now, is it a shotgun like in the game? No, it's firing one at a time, so it's more like a mare's leg rifle, but that's realistically what the sling fire was, and there are no additional internal modifications. It's very rare to find people doing both aesthetic modifications that are game accurate like this and performance modifications on the inside. Even when I've done this in the past, I frequently have to sacrifice one to beget the other. So to get this close to game accurate and still be functional, I mean, it's crazy cool. Now, you could always do what my buddy over in the UK does, and I did this a while ago, but you could do what Just a Jolt does, and you could just load a bunch of mini darts into a regular magazine. Now, that said, we would have to go in and blow out the breech for this. So my only critique of this is that it was painted all together and done all together, which leads to some kind of stickiness here, and you can see there, because of that, because it was not fully disassembled, the paint creeps through. That said, I think that this was originally made to like sell at a convention or go in a costume, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So that is the Peacekeeper from Apex Legends in real life Nerf form, and I gotta give a huge thank you to Anchor Arts for sending it over so that I could make a video about it. It will ultimately probably wind up in some Aaron Esser style films. We're gonna try our very own real life Apex Legends thing once we get a few more of our personal props cranked out, but top heavy though it is, turned out really, really nice. So my questions for you are, what do you guys think of this build? And then which Apex Legends gun should I do next? I really want to crank out a Hemlock, but I can't decide what blaster to base it on. And then I do have one in the works right now, but just really excited by this build. Again, huge thanks to Anchor Arts. Link in the description box below. The Slingfire is at this point very dated in terms of both its aesthetic and performance. Like Zombie Strike has moved past it, and with Rival entering the fray, it doesn't shoot that hard, but it's still got some die-hard fanboys, and I think that this is a really cool video game interpretation of it. So I dig the Peacekeeper in the game. Like I said, I'm more of a Hemlock guy myself, and oh man, if I can get that select fire, the Prowler is just so sweet. I really like the heavy blasters in the game, but that's the Peacekeeper. I'm rambling. Check me out at Twitch at Vampire Drac. On twitch.tv. You can see me play Apex Legends about as well as I possibly can. I might even be live. I'll be live. I'll be live when we launch this video, at least for a little while. And always, much love. Nerf on. Drac out.